Well, Mark Levin, the popular radio show host and author, has a strong warning for Americans in his new book called Plunder and Deceit. The government in Washington is getting too big and oppressive, and he says it's taking away your future. And it appears people are listening. Levin's book has hit #1 on the New York Times bestseller list. David Brody recently sat down with him for a closer look at his latest message to the masses.
On the radio, Mark Levin pulls no punches with his millions of listeners.
We're fighting for our society and the Constitution. What are they fighting for? To take it all away from us.
And as an author, he's fighting mad, too. In his latest book, Plunder and Deceit, he has a strong, clear warning for America, taking direct aim at what he sees as the threat posed by a growing, powerful federal government.
It's transitioning into something that is more oppressive and coercive, and it's transitioning to something that is not constitutional.
And Levin says it's the next generation that will be in the crosshairs. That's the focus of the book, a clinical, factual dissection of how liberal federal government policies, be they social, environmental, or economic, are ruining the future.
Future generations don't vote. They don't exist yet. So they keep stealing from them, they keep robbing from them, which means they're going to have limited liberty, they're going to have limited opportunity, limited wealth creation, and we're spending it all today. This is something that is really unbelievable, that we are stealing from unborn babies, Lord knows how far into the future.
Just one of Levin's examples of the dangers America and the next generation face: Social Security. The long-time entitlement program needs structural changes to survive. And while solutions to change it have been around for years, nothing is being done. Not only that, Levin lays out the case that Social Security is already technically bankrupt.
I don't even think people who receive these benefits know what's going on. Many of them don't know that the money doesn't exist. All that money that they paid into the system, there is no system. That money was taken, and it was spent the second it was taken on other government projects and other government programs.
So where does this leave the next generation? What can be done?
How do you get younger Americans, the next generation, if you will, involved in these issues and to take notice of what's going on in this country?
One at a time. There are millions and millions of parents and grandparents who know exactly what I'm talking about, and they are worried about what's going on in this country, and they know, as I know, intuitively and through intellect, that the country's headed in a very bad place, and it's moving there very, very quickly.
Levin sees Plunder and Deceit as a pamphlet to equip communities with facts that they are going to hopefully share with others in a variety of settings.
In the home, during the holidays, at the dinner table, at the breakfast table, if they're younger, when you're putting your kids to bed. Those are the circumstances. We, as parents and grandparents, have more influence on our children and grandchildren than we can possibly know.
Levin believes change won't come from Washington. Just like in Revolutionary War days, change comes from we the people, because he believes ideas stir up action and lead to consequences.
I think tens of millions of us are extremely concerned about where this country's going. Maybe we're in the majority, maybe we're not. I don't know, but there are tens of millions of us, and that's a big army of people. If thousands of us, not even millions of us, let alone tens of millions of us, really take this seriously, you don't know where we can go with this, because in this great country there are many great people who will do many great things.
David Brody, CBN News, Washington.